All right, good people. Today is October the 26th, Tuesday. Yesterday, there was no school was teacher work day. At the top of your packet, please make sure that you put your first and last name at the top of your packet. Can you open the door, baby? Thank you. The date that you're given your packet is the 26th. Just said that. This week, what's due is going to be your warm up, your homework, okay? And we have a quiz on Friday. Our quiz Friday is everything that we covered this week on angle measurement and equations. Okay? Those are the items that are due. The resources, of course, is the Canvas page. Please don't forget your videos, daily videos. Okay. We'll pick up tutoring next week. Since today is Tuesday, that's like little to no notice. So next Tuesday will be tutoring. And of course, the tutoring starts at 2:40 p.m. And if something changes, I'll let you know because sometimes I have parent meetings or, things after school. I don't think I have a meeting after school on that day unless they change something. If they do, I'll let you know. Today, we are going to write down what our EQs are. The EQs are on the board. Then we're going to do our warm-up. We're going to do both the warm-ups today. I'm going to go over the homework to make sure that you understand it. And then we have some notes that we're going to do on angle measurement. Notes and practice, actually. Okay. Your homework again, we're doing Tuesday's homework. That's in the packet. It's very simple. We're just labeling the type of angle that's displayed. We're just labeling the type of angle that's displayed. And yes, I am going to check the homework tomorrow, so please make sure that you finish the homework, okay? You will need your interactive notebook because the notes and practice that we do today, we're going to put in our interactive notebook. And remember, we're on quarter 2. We've already started quarter 2 interactive notebook pages last week, okay? I'm going to pause for the calls to give you a chance to write. Okay, so let's write down the essential questions. The first one, we got 4 this week. What angles are formed when you have parallel lines cut by transversal? Okay, we're going to work on, you see how I'm saying the sentence out loud so you can write it? Okay, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say part of the sentence so you can write it. What angles are formed? So then you write, what angles are formed? This is how people write notes so well because they read and then they write. What angles are formed when you have parallel lines? When you have parallel lines. Okay. Cut by transversal. Cut by a transversal. Okay. All right. Then we got number 2. It's not going anywhere, but I'm going to keep writing, okay? I'm going to leave it right up here. Describe how to find. Describe how to find. This is how you write stuff faster, okay? The measurement of exterior angles. The measurement of exterior angles. Okay? Oops, period. It's not a question, it's a statement. Number 3, describe how to solve. Describe how to solve. Okay? Multi-step equations. Multi-step multi-step equations, because you need that for finding some of these angle measurements. You need to know how to do that. Number 4, describe how to find. Describe how to find. See how I'm reading, then I write. Read, then I write. The missing measurement of a triangle. The missing measurement of a triangle. This is also helping with your memory too. Okay, because your memory is important in life in general. Okay, you never know when you have to look at something real quick and memorize what that is that you saw or you read. Let's do it. Okay, so we're going to go back and we're going to do Monday's warm-up, okay? Because that one I like better than the Tuesday one, okay? All right, because it's got equations and angles, and that's what we're currently doing right now. So those are the ones that I want to do. All right, so here, in order to solve this equation, and this is a part of your essential question, the first step is distributive property. So we're going to do distributive property first. That means we're going to multiply -3 times both numbers in the parentheses, and then +2 times both numbers in the parentheses here. Okay? So when we multiply, what's -3 times 5a? -15a. Good job. What's -3 times -2? +6. Good job. What's +2 times +4a? +8a. Okay. And what's +2 times -6? +2 times -6, -12. All right, and bring everything else down. Okay. All right, so now look at this, good folks. So here, the next thing that you want to do after you do distributive property is number 1. Number 2, you need to combine like terms on each side of the equal sign. Look at this side. What can we combine? What terms can we combine on that side? Yes, ma'am. 15a, -15a, and 8a. What's -15a plus 8a? Chloe? Amanda? -7a. All right. I told you do that. I know you was. You're supposed to think about it before you raise your hand. Bless your heart, but it's okay. All right, so let's combine like terms. At least you participate, okay? We got 6, +6, and -12. When you combine those, what does that give you? -6. Okay, it is very critical. All right, so when you're combining like terms, you're combining all of the terms, adding and subtracting terms that are alike. They have the same variables attached to it, or if they don't have the same variable, okay, then you make sure you combine those, the ones that have no variable at all. All right, so let's look at this. Now what do we do to get a by itself? What are we going to get rid of first? -7 or -6? How do you get rid of the -6? Add 6 to both sides. Okay. So this is gone, and we're left with -7a is equal to, what's 13 plus 6? Count with your fingers and your toes. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19. Okay, so now what do? How do we get -7 by itself? Yes, ma'am. You're going to divide by what? -7. So this is going to be a is equal to, and this is already simplified. This is going to be -19/7. We could change it to a decimal, but we can leave it as an improper fraction as well. Okay, I'll pause for the calls, okay? All right, so now let's look at this one. It says find the value of x, okay? All right, and the measure of, where's x? Oh, right here. And the measure of this angle right here where it says J This is J right here, KL. So this is an exterior angle. So let's find the measure of X first. So let's use this space over here. Look, all of these angles added together is 180 degrees. So let's add all of these angles together and set it equal to 180. So we got this 35 plus this 2x plus this 55. Is it 55? Yes, that's 55, right? It's a 665. It's equal to 180. Okay. So we adding all these angles together and set it equal to 180. Come on, write this down, baby. We're on the warm up now. This is a good way to get some good free points right here. All right, so now we're going to solve for X. So first thing is distributive property. We don't have distributive property here. Tater, make sure that you're listening. Make sure that you also correct the work because you've already skipped ahead. Please make sure that you make corrections to your work. All right, so here we're going to combine like terms. What terms over here can we combine? All right, so let's combine. We got 35 plus 65. 5 plus 5 is what? 10. Then we got 4 plus 6 is what? 10. Because this is 4. Oh, yeah. All right. So now we have 100 plus 2x is equal to 180. So now what do we do to solve for x? What do we have to get rid of first? The 100 or the 2? How do we get rid of the 100? A positive 100. We subtract it. Very good, babe. So when we subtract 100 on both sides, this is 0. This is gone. And we're left with 2x is equal to, what's 180 minus 100? 80. Okay. So now what do we do to get x by itself? We divide by what number? 2. We're going to divide both sides by 2. So this is going to give me x is equal to what? 40. So x is equal to 40 here. So since this is 2x, okay, I'm going to replace x with 40. So this is 2 times 40. What's 2 times 40? 80. 80. So this measurement right here in the corner is 80. Okay. So, Ms. Reyes, how do we know what this exterior angle is? To find the measure of the exterior angle, if you remember from your notes, it's always going to be when you add these two opposite angles together, that gives you the measurement of this angle. So that's going to be 80 plus 65. What's 80 plus 65? 145. So we got 80, 65. You put 5 here. 8. What's 8 plus 6? 14. Okay. So that's the measurement of this exterior angle here. And pause for the calls, okay? All right. Okay, so we are getting out our interactive notebook. While you're doing that, I'm going to describe what your homework is going to be tonight. This is your homework. Tuesday's homework is doing this 1 through 10. You're just describing what the relationship is between the two angles. Down here, your answer is either going to be alternate interior angles, corresponding angles, or alternate exterior angles. Okay, so that's going to be your answers down here. Up here, your answer is either going to be complementary, supplementary, vertical, or adjacent. Okay. And it is. All of this is in your interactive notebook. It's on the geometry vocabulary page. Okay. We did 2 notes of vocabulary. So you can go back and look to see what those definitions and things are. Okay. All right. Wednesday and Thursday is on the back page. Wednesday, you're going to do problems 11 through 14. And then Thursday, you're doing 15 through 18. Go ahead and put your packet in your folder. If you've lost your folder and you don't know where your folder is and you need another one, please raise your hand and I'll give you another one. Okay? Come pick up a folder, please. It has a name on it. Just tear the name off, okay? Here. Guys, remember you get extra credit at the end of the quarter for keeping up with all of your packets and the work that goes with the packet. Any questions about that? Do not forget to put, you have your folder, whatever color it is, doesn't matter. Please go ahead and put week 1 in there. We're starting all over again. Week 1 needs to be in there, okay? Right now, until you check your grades, till your report card comes out, please hold on to your packets. Miss, did you want to keep anybody's packets from this class? No. You're okay. All right. So as soon as your report card comes out, you can throw the first quarter's packets away. But you must keep your interactive notebook. Nothing that we put in our interactive notebook, you never throw that away. Okay. Any questions? Yes, babe. You need folder? You can move the back. I'm going to let you look the back on this one, okay? But you got to come back. This is class. Okay? So you will be after. Holly, are you there? The bathroom? Yeah. Can I go ahead and go? No, yes, he's back. I didn't know he was back. All right. Okay, good people. Put this in your folder. All right. So now we take out our interactive notebook. Actually, just put that to the side. There are 3 pages of little notes in practice that I want you to have in front of you. Push your notebook to the side. We're just going to put this in after we finish, okay? I do want to, let me see. Probably, yeah, we need to go ahead and write this in because I say that because we might need scrap paper. So let's just go ahead and do that. All right. So this is page 7 in our notebook for quarter 2. So we got Q2, page 7. Q2, page 7. And the name of this page is using, we're going to do this title right here, this at the top. Using angle measurement to solve multi-step equation. Using angle measurement to solve multi-step equations. And I'm going to pause to give you a chance to write, okay? Jalen, sit up, baby. Okay, so now we're going to use this as scrap paper for solving the problems that are on here. All right, at the very top, it says to solve for a missing value, complete the following steps. So we're just going to put this into 3 small steps. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to identify the type of angles that are given. Identify the type or types of angles given. So you need to be thinking, are these angles supplementary, complementary, vertical? Are they, Jason doesn't tell us anything, but they're side by side. Are they alternate interior, alternate exterior? What kind of angles are these in the pictures that provide? Okay. Angles, plural. Number 2, determine the relationship of the 2 angles that you have. When you're determining, after you figure out what kind of angles are displayed, you need to determine the relationship. Does that mean that they are congruent? And if you know the definition of vertical angles, you know that they are congruent. Okay, that means they're equal to each other. Okay, if they're supplementary, that means that I need to add them together and set it equal to 180. So you need to determine the relationship. Are they congruent? Are they supplementary? What that means, what am I going to do? Am I going to set them equal to each other? Determine the relationship they have. Are they congruent? Once you figure that out, you can set up the equation and find the missing value. So now you're going to set up an equation. and solve for the missing value. Okay. Set up an equation and solve for the missing value. Taylor, please make sure that you are paying attention. You're always in that book. You need to make sure that you're listening and you have everything that we have written down. Okay? All right, types of angles. Okay, let's look at this. We got two angles. These angles are side by side. They are adjacent. But what else are they besides being adjacent? What this box right here is an indication that it's what? That's 90 degrees. So two angles that add up to 90 degrees are called what? Anybody know? You should know from last year. No, acute is less than 90 degrees. I know it's a right angle. That's what I told you. But what kind of angles are these where you have two angles whose sum is 90 degrees? Yes. No, obtuse is greater than 180. They're complementary. Two angles that add up to 90 degrees are complementary. They are complementary angles. What does that mean? That means, look, the key information, that means that these two angles are equal to 180 degrees. Two angles equal, when you add them together, equal 90 degrees. I said 180. Lord, 90 degrees. And I should put sum. That means when you add them together, the sum is 90 degrees. So now we're going to write the equation for this. That means we're going to add these two together and set it equal to 90 degrees. Okay, so how would I write this as an equation if I'm adding them both together and then making it equal 90 degrees? How do I write this? What plus what equals 90? Yes.
20 plus x.
Very good. You got 20 plus x, or x plus 20 is equal to 90. That's how you write the equation. And this is the first one. Come on, write this down, honey. Okay, that's another way that you get behind. I noticed that is while I'm writing, you're not writing. You need to, if you know you write slow, you need to write when I start writing. All right. You okay? Oh, okay.
And you know, guys, these are called guided notes.
All right, so look, this is number one. I'm going to write number one right here, and we're going to solve it. We said 20 plus x is equal to 90. We're going to solve it, okay? So how do we get x by itself? How do we do that? Amanda, how do you do that, babe? You subtract 20 on both sides. Good job, sweetheart. So when you subtract 20 on both sides, Lucy, this is gone, okay? And you're left with just the x. Lucy, what's 90 minus the 20? 90 minus 20. Very good. Okay. So the value of x is going to be 70. Please write this down, okay? I'm going to box this in so I have enough space to do some more problems. Okay. Let's write the answer in. Right here, it says the solution. What is the solution? The solution is x is equal to 70. Okay. That's what x is equal to. X is 70 degrees. Any questions? All right, so let's look at number 2. Okay. Let's look at number 2. What type of angles are these? What type of angles are these? Yes. I can't hear you, baby. No, they're not supplementary. That's two angles that add up to 180 degrees. They're not supplementary. What kind of angles are these? Yes. I can't hear you, baby. They're vertical angles. Angles that are diagonal from each other. They're vertical angles. You gotta, if you expect to remember it and never go over it, you're sadly mistaken, okay? When anybody first learns something, they gotta go over it. They don't just automatically, it just automatically don't, oh, I got it now. No, you gotta read this stuff. You gotta go over it, okay? You gotta read your notes. These are vertical angles. Vertical angles are diagonal from each other. What else do we know about vertical angles that's going to help us in this problem? What do we know about these vertical angles or vertical angles in general? Yes.
When they're diagonal,
they're the same. They are congruent. They're equal to each other. The measurements are equal. Angles are congruent. That means you can set them equal to each other. This is very important information. So now if I can set them equal to each other, then how do I write this as an equation? If I can set these two angles equal to each other, how do I write that as an equation? Blank, what is equal to what? Yes. 2x plus 25 is equal to what? 50. Okay. These are equal to each other, so I can write them. I can set them equal to each other. Okay, I pause for the cause to give you a chance to write, and then we're going to find a solution. All right, here we go. It's so true. All right, so let's look at this one. We're going to write this equation. This is 2x, what did we say? 2x plus 25 is equal to 50. Okay? That's the equation that we wrote here. So now we're going to solve it. Okay? What do we do to solve this two-step equation? What are we going to do first? Yes. Excellent job. You're going to subtract 25 from both sides. Great job. When you subtract 25 from both sides, Kaylee, when you subtract 25 from this side, this is gone, and I'm left with 2x. What is 50 minus 25, Kaylee? 50 minus 25. 25. Now what are we going to do to get x by itself? Jocelyn? Divide by what? Divide by 2 on both sides. So 2 divided by 2 gives me 1x on this side. Bring down the equal. What's 12 divided by 2? You cut 12 in half. What are you? 12. That's the answer, 12.5. Okay. All right. 25 divided by 2 is 12.5.
She didn't know this. So it's 12.5?
Yes. You thought 25 cut in half is 6? Oh.
No, you said 12 divided by 2.
No, I gave you the answer and didn't mean to.
Yeah. Oh. Because she said 12. We couldn't.
Yeah, I just pointed and said 12.5 or whatever. And I was like, well, dang, I gave you the answer.
Can I get some hand sanitizer?
It's up here. Shh. Y'all just really love each other a lot. All right, here we go. This is x is equal to 12.5. All right, so let's look at the next one. It's okay. You're fine. Okay, here we go. What type of angle are these two angles? What type of angles are those? Chloe? Tater? I cannot hear you, baby. Supplementary. Two angles that form a straight line, which is 180 degrees. These are supplementary angles. What do we know? What's the key information that we need to know about supplementary angles? That what? They add up to 180. Very good. Two angles sum 180. So that means you're going to add them together and set it equal to 180. So if I add these two angles together and set it equal to 180, what does that equation look like? Somebody different. She's always answering the questions. Aaliyah, what do you think? How do I set this equation up?
5x plus 5 equals
5x plus 5 is correct so far. It says two angles whose sum is 180. These angles are not equal to each other, so I can't say equal to 60. Look at them. Do they look equal to each other? They do not. This one is smaller than that one.
5x plus 5 plus 60 equals 180.
Very good. Equals 180. Excellent job. Okay. You add them all together, add them both together, and set it equal to 180 because they are supplementary angles. This is number 3. So now we're going to solve and then write the solution down. So let's go back to our notebook. This is number 3. And this is 5x plus 5 plus 60 is equal to 180. Okay. So now how do we solve this equation? We don't have distributive property because that's usually first. Yes, what do? Combine like terms. Yes. Okay, so what terms can we combine here, Lucy? What terms can we combine on this side? What terms are alike over here?
I am slow this morning.
No, you're not, babe. It's like a Monday, but it's okay. Like, just guess. There are 3 terms over here. It's 5x, then 5, then 60. Out of those 3, which one can you add together? 5 and 60. Because they don't have any variables attached to it, so they're like terms. So what's 5 plus 60? 65. So we have 5x plus 65 is equal to 180. Okay? All right, Adeline, look at this. What are we going to do next to get x by itself? What do we do? What do we get rid of? The 5 or the 65? Adeline? 65. How do we get rid of a positive 65, Taylor? What's the opposite of adding 65? So the only way to get rid of it is to subtract 65 on both sides. Okay? This is gone, and I bring down my equal sign. I'm left on this side, Jaden, I'm left with 5x. Okay? What about this side? What's 180 minus 65? We can, okay, because this is going to be 7, right? This is 10. This is 5. This is 1. And this is 1. Okay? Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're subtracting.
Didn't matter. I didn't care. All right. So now, what do we do to get x by itself? Yes.
Divide 5.
Divide both sides by 5. Good job. Okay. So let's divide by 5. Okay, Jaden Wall, look. So we got 5 here, and we got 115 there. How many times will 5 go into 11? 2. Okay, very good, babe. So 2 times 5 gives me 10. 1 remaining. What do I do with this 5? Bring it down. How many times will 5 go into 15? 3. So this is going to be x is equal to what number? 23. This is my solution. The value of x is 23. The value of x is 23. X is equal to 23. X is equal to 23. All right, let's do the next one. Yes, baby.
Oh, I was going to do that.
Oh, okay. All right. What type of angles are these? These are, oh yeah, it is an acute angle, isn't it? Because it's less than, it's acute, like a cute little baby, right? It's not complementary because complementary is equal to 90 degrees, and this is not 90 degrees. What is it equal to? What does it say that it's equal to? The two angles. Yeah, the 2 angles equal 50. These 2 angles together. So they are also, they're acute, but they're also adjacent. Adjacent meaning that y'all just, I'm not going to say nothing.
They do everything together.
They do. Adjacent angles. We're not going to talk about it. Shh, we're not going to talk about it, not on camera. But y'all know. All right, key information. The key information is that the two angles added together is 50. You see this? Because it says X first. So you go to X, then go to Y, and then go to Z. So that means this right here, this whole thing is 50. Here. So that means these two added together is equal to 50. So two angles sum is 50. So then how do I set this up as an equation? Yes. 2x plus 30 is equal to 50. Okay? All right. So the solution here, I'm going to do this real quickly because it's time for us to go. We have 2x, and we'll finish this up tomorrow, okay? 2x plus 30. He's not okay. He's not. Bless his heart. We're going to subtract 30. This is going to give me 2x is equal to 20. Divide by 2, and that's x is equal to what? 10. Go back and watch the video.
She did that in like 10 seconds.
All right, please make sure that you copy this down. I'm going to go ahead and stop the video.